These are the rules for our Bronze Chunkmen series. Having them as a separate video will make it easier to keep all updates to rules in a single place instead of spread across various videos. We can use the Grand Exchange, but the plugin will stop us from even searching for items we haven't picked up or otherwise obtained. We won't be trading with anyone besides each other. If someone tries to give us something, they will have to drop it on the ground and we have to pick it up. We won't ask anyone for any items directly. We are allowed to gain items or XP in any way as long as the rest of the rules are followed. For example, if we can get to a house portal, we can use other players' houses to collect items available in them. We are each starting with 1 million GP. This is mostly because we were playing prior and don't want to just throw away that progress. It also means we don't have to worry about scraping money together early on. Since there are 2 of us, we'll have 2 chunks with tasks at any given time. If at some point we make the money for it, we can buy a 3rd chunk for 100 million GP. If a chunk has a task that isn't completed, but the new chunk has a higher requirement, the first chunk no longer needs the task to be completed. Bosses are not required. Neither of us are good at PvM, so while we may do the bosses at some point, we aren't requiring ourselves to do them. Any drop rarer than 1 in 128 is not needed. If a drop is more common than 1 in 128 and we need it for a task, we must get it no matter the dry streak. For each task, only one of us needs to complete it in order to move on. Any item we obtain from any method will be usable for chunk tasks. This means picking things up might be bad for us in some cases.
New chunks can only be unlocked via a completed chunk. For example, if we have Lumbridge Castle and West Fallator Bank as active chunks, and we finish Lumbridge, we would roll a new chunk, but would not include the surrounding Fallator chunks as it is not finished. Minigame teleports can be used once we have a method to return to a completed chunk and have a bank on both sides. We don't want to get stuck somewhere by mistake. Item teleports can be used once we create the item ourselves, as well as access to a bank at that chunk. A Ring of Dueling doesn't add the PvP arena until we enchant an Emerald Ring. Dragonstone items must also be able to be charged by us. We can use the items if we get them, but they can't be used to unlock new chunks. Normal farming isn't required, as it would be a real-time time gate. However, tithe farming is going to suck. Implings are not required because we want to have fun and not be stuck in Puro for a month. If we have any new rules or updates to them, we will post them in the description of this video.